YouTube has changed their policy again. They're tightening up their monetization policy. And a lot of people are up in arms. But for me personally, I just don't care. Because it does not affect me one tiny little bit. It does not affect my channel. It doesn't affect my drive to do more beer reviews. It just doesn't affect me. And it shouldn't affect you either, because even with this new threshold that you've got to meet, you'd still be making absolutely fuck all, to put it very bluntly. Especially if you are a beer reviewer on YouTube. There is no money in the beer reviewing community on YouTube. It's just not financially viable for YouTube, first and foremost. It doesn't matter if you're like me, you've only got a couple hundred subscribers, or you're one of the big boys with like 30,000 subscribers or whatever. You're not going to make money on YouTube because it's such a niche market under a pile of even bigger niche markets that make people no money. So why people are kicking off about this is beyond me. This has got nothing to do with the suppression of free speech. You know, your content shouldn't suffer because of this, because first and foremost, you shouldn't really be with that mindset that you can make money from beer reviews online. I'm sorry to be blunt with this, but I just do not see the outrage. To be fair, I don't care what niche you do. I don't see the outrage with this, because the partnership program on YouTube was one of the first steps in destroying the platform, in my opinion. Now, I'm not just pulling these opinions out of thin air. I've experienced making a nice little bit of money from YouTube from my film review channel, which had over 18,000 subscribers, had millions of views. Some videos got into the tens of millions. I was just very, very lucky. And for a few months, well, a couple of years, I was getting like, the odd $100, $200 here and there. But then for a few months, one of my videos blew up, and I was getting like almost £1,000 in 1 month. And I knew that this was not going to be constant. But, it was enough to keep me going for a few months. So, I was very realistic with my expectations when I was doing this. So, when I'm seeing people complaining that, oh no, they've changed rules of monetization, I can't monetize my videos anymore, it's like, well, you probably weren't going to make money on them anyway, especially if you were a beer reviewer. Now, I've tried to make this video countless times. I've probably invested about an hour trying to record this one without going on tangents. So I'm just going to break it down like this. You've got to ask yourself, are you making content for like-minded people? If so, yes. You're not going to have a broad audience, are you, really? You're going to cater to one specific niche. Are you creating videos for children? No. Then you're not going to have a massive audience anyway, fundamentally, because a lot of the big content here on YouTube is benign, stupid, cancerous tripe aimed at children and idiots. That's it. That's the only way you can make big money on YouTube, is if you create stupid, intellectually insulting content for children. Even if you're a gamer, you've got to have because there's so many people doing live streams on gaming and stuff within that community. I know there are some beer tubers who do it, but they're not doing it to be, the next, fucking PewDiePie or whatever. Even though I think his content has got so much better since he realised how cancerous YouTube actually is as an organisation. And to not sound like biting the hand that feeds me, it doesn't feed me because I make no money. So I could say whatever I want about YouTube. YouTube has been a poorly run, I should say, organisation for years. And my problem isn't the harshness with advertisers and partners not being able to make money anymore. I've got such a bigger problem with the suppression of free speech and viewpoints. And the organisations that are aligning themselves with YouTube in the policing of views and opinions. Now, without going too much into the political side, I identify as even though I hate political labels, you could say I'm a centrist libertarian. So I'm very central. So there are some things that the right has to say that I agree with. Some things that they say I don't agree with. Some things the left has to say I agree with. Some don't. And I've noticed I'm reversed, so I'm not actually doing it left and right. You know what I mean, though. But I see YouTube as being a tool for the suppression of primarily right-thinking people. And I don't want to live in a society where people are being suppressed with what they believe and what they think. I don't care if I agree with you wholeheartedly or I find your viewpoint absolutely disgusting. I do not believe people should have their thoughts and opinions policed and censored. People are literally facing jail time because of a comment that they make. Now, I'm not talking about death threats or threatening comments in general, or sexually repulsive comments aimed at people. That is, you should be punished for that. If you say you're going to kill someone, I think, even though you might not have the intentions of doing so, I think you should face a harsh penalty for that. But when I'm hearing opinions on politicians or immigration or taxes or whatever, school system, blah, 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 sexuality, I don't think you should be penalised for having an opinion. And YouTube is fundamentally doing that. And this, to me, is rather a convenient outrage to have, isn't it? This whole monetization stuff, because it shifts the focus off that, and it then allows YouTube and these cancerous organisations to, now they're blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to sound like Alex Jones. I'm not. I don't think it's like that. I don't think YouTube have purposely changed the rules so it shifts focus. I'm just saying, fundamentally, that you should not be worried about these changes in policy, especially as a beer tuber. If you're one of these people who left a nice job, a monthly paycheck to become a YouTuber, then I'm sorry, but you should be penalised for it, because that's such a stupid fucking thing to do. You're not only putting yourself in jeopardy, but you're potentially putting your family in jeopardy by doing that. Because YouTube's a constant. It's a website that's full of trends. It's a website that is full of YouTubers who have a little bit of popularity and then they fade away, fizzle out. So, to think that you could have an actual wage from YouTube in this day and age, with so many people using the website, millions of videos being uploaded, and I can see why advertisers don't want to have anything to do with YouTube, because of, look at all the sexually charged content aimed at children that has only just been addressed by YouTube. Look at what Logan Paul's creating. And I'm not just talking about his Suicide Forest video. I mean, come on. If you're letting your children watch this YouTuber and there's a video that says, Suicide Forest, I can't remember the name of the video. Did it not click that your child should not watch that video? But then you let your child watch the video and then you're outraged at the content of the video. And I'm like, motherfucker, you shouldn't have let your kid watch that. Why are you letting your child watch an idiot like Logan Paul and people of his ilk? Because these are people who have the attention span of children, which is why they create content for children, and they are just a menace to intellectual thinking, and you're just dumbing down your children by letting them watch tripe like this. And when adults are watching tripe like this, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So, the whole monetization change in policy, fundamentally, it doesn't affect me, it doesn't bother me, and if it bothers you and affects you, then just look at the content you're creating, the numbers that you gain, and just think about it. Is it really making a difference? And especially if you're a beer reviewer online, you're not going to make money from this. You might get your foot in the door in the industry. It'll lead to opportunities, so focus on that. don't try and focus on this being a paycheck, because I can guarantee even the bigger beer tubers, they aren't making that much money from doing this. So yeah, that's it really. I'm not gonna, the things that I've missed out and things like that, but if anybody wants to agree or disagree, I'm not going to censor comments like YouTube does. So I don't care if you really disagree with what I'm going to say to the point where you're insulting me. I'll still reply, even though I'm terrible at replying to comments. And yeah, so that was just my thoughts, opinions on this latest situation. I think people are blowing it way out of proportion. And even the people who it does affect quite badly, it's like, well, why were you dependent on YouTube for a paycheck anyway? Yeah, YouTube was so much better before all this stuff was happening. When people were uploading content for the passion of it, before like fucking production companies were getting involved and signing contracts with YouTubers, and it's like, that's really not what it's about, is it? I don't do this for the financial gain. I do this primarily because I've got to know some absolutely fantastic people who hopefully this year, well, for definite this year, I will be meeting up with. And yeah, that's why I do this. Plus, I enjoy doing this. If I didn't enjoy it fundamentally, I wouldn't do it. There is no financial incentives, and I don't really think there should be. But if you can make money from YouTube and you are doing it and it's a good wage, fair play to you. You're like in the 1% of the users on YouTube. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Agree or disagree in the comments, and if you actually want me to talk about different subjects, whether it's beer related, film related, YouTube related, political related, societal related, I know that's not proper England, but just yeah, let me know and I'll do more videos like this, because I do like airing my opinions on this sort of stuff. So that's it now. Regular programming, what's that they say? I can't remember. My brain's literally turned to mush recording this video. Cheers guys, and there will be a beer review, don't worry.